2017, the Center for a New American Security put together a tabletop exercise focusing on a key strategic choke point, the GIUK Gap. The GIUK Gap is the North Atlantic passage between Greenland and Iceland to the west and the UK to the east. It also separates Russia's Murmansk-based Northern Fleet from the North Atlantic and all other southern points. During the Cold War, the GIUK Gap was viewed as a key strategic gateway, and the West dedicated significant personnel and infrastructure to the gap. Since the end of the Cold War, the GIUK Gap has faded from the spotlight. However, increased tension with Russia has brought it back into the forefront. In response, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Norway have all increased funding for anti-submarine warfare. The Forgotten Waters tabletop exercise was designed to shed light on potential issues with regard to the GIUK Gap. The participants were divided into 6 teams: the United States, NATO, France, Norway, the United Kingdom, and Russia. In the first move, Russia disrupted a NATO maritime exercise through submarine and electronic warfare technology. In addition, there was a collision between a NATO vessel and Russian submarine. In the second move, a disinformation campaign in Iceland led to the election of an anti-NATO prime minister, and an undersea cable between Iceland and Canada was cut. During the third move, there was an increase in fighting in Ukraine, drawing attention away from the GIUK Gap. Russia proceeded to sink a U.S. military transport ship during its route from New Orleans to Poland. The Forgotten Waters exercise exposed several points of vulnerability in the GIUK Gap for NATO allies in the event of Russian aggression. Participants were unfamiliar with the GIUK Gap and its strategic importance. They also did not know NATO's crisis management procedures, hindering their ability to respond to threats in a timely manner. The disinformation campaign in the second move revealed a lack of attention to the domestic politics of the NATO members. There was not an existing playbook to respond to the disinformation campaign, revealing a critical weakness. The second move also highlighted the geostrategic value of Iceland. The exercise exposed some variance in the NATO alliance. Allies have differing views on the importance of the GIUK Gap in anti-submarine warfare. CNAS concludes that NATO is nowhere near ready to respond quickly to undersea challenges. NATO's anti-submarine warfare force is not large enough, and the ability to track undersea threats have diminished since the end of the Cold War. European countries believe they can rely on the United States ASW forces. However, the U.S. forces are not large enough to make up for Europeans' lack of investment in anti-submarine warfare. These issues will need to be addressed for NATO to be properly prepared for any Russian aggression in the GIUK Gap.